My name is Michael Cooke. My movie is Across the Tracks. It's a short film. We won the Academy Award in Africa, the AMA, the African Movie Academy Award, in Lagos, Nigeria. And you guys thought that was pretty cool. So now I'm here talking to you.
When I was little, the best thing you could be was a white person. You didn't have a care in the world. You could go anywhere, do anything. No one could stop you.
It follows two mixed-race African-American sisters who grow up in the late 60s in South Georgia, and the youngest one is fair-skinned, so she tries to pass as white. And our film follows them as young girls and 40 years later as older women to kind of see how their relationship maintained.
Tara Hines, as I live and breathe. What you doing down here? That big city job of yours don't need you no more?
The film concept came from a lot of different things. The town we shot in was a very small town named Arlington, Georgia. My grandparents were born and raised in that town. I was born about 20 minutes outside of that town, so as a child I spent a lot of summers there. Very picturesque, and I always wanted to shoot something there.
Ella, where'd you go? Daddy said we're supposed to stay together.
You tend to see certain types of films made about the struggle or the diaspora, and I wanted to, do my part, but also kind of skew it a little differently, and that's kind of how we came to the conclusion to write a story about passing in this town with these African-American sisters.
That was so stupid. Why did you do that?
I thought I could go real fast. There ain't no one around when I went in.
How about when you was coming out? We wasn't even supposed to be in town.
I figured if I walk right, people would think I was a white girl.
We wanted to really focus on passing and really what that does psychologically and how that could damage a family nucleus, and not directly say like, oh, this is bad and this is good, because I really like movies that kind of give you the information and let the viewer decide for themselves what they're going to take away from it. And it's really been the best part about this film and its festival life. Like we've screened all over the world. What different cultures take away from the story that we're trying to say. It's still a little awe-inspiring, to be quite honest. It just goes to show you the power of storytelling.
What if I told Mama what you've been doing?
You promised me you wouldn't.
One day those so-called friends of yours are gonna find out who you really are. Then what? What are you gonna do then?
We need to find young actresses who had the dynamic range to portray this role, but also who would match with their older selves. We didn't have a perfect schedule. We had very little rehearsal times, so we needed just the actors to, in their heart of hearts, understand where the role was coming from. And they understood the prejudice, they understood the colorism, they understood how their skin tone affected them, because they dealt with similar things in their lives. And it just made their performances that much more authentic. So once we got them on board, they set the tone for the rest of the production, and everyone follows suit. I just finished my first feature script. It got accepted into a New York Stage and Films workshop at Vassar College. As soon as I get back from this trip, we'll be starting on that workshop. So everything right now is a very, very fun time.